Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is a really big welcome. Happy New Year.
Yeah, happy. Hi.
Yes. So, listen, again, we want to say Happy New Year. Sorry for our poor choreography.
We're out of practice.
It's been 2 weeks, but it seems like it's
It
been
feels like 2 months.
forever.
Yeah, it really, really does.
So over the Christmas and New Year's holidays, I performed in Cambodia with yours truly, because I kind of told her she was coming to Cambodia and performing.
Yeah.
I didn't ask her. I said, listen, because the deal is, she says, oh, well, why don't I come to Cambodia and hang out? I said, well, that's great. My thought is, if you're hanging out, you might as well sing. You work with me every Friday, so come down and sing. So Debbie came down and looked beautiful. And oh, by the way, what's going on with this hair? You look amazing.
Oh, thank
It grew so fast.
Yes, it did.
Her hair grew so fast. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's manifestation.
That's manifestation.
That's manifestation.
Whoa, baby,
Positive thinking.
well, it worked out, baby. Because you worked that out in Cambodia. Yes, sir. Debbie had on her sparkles and her hair was just going.
We had a fabulous time.
We had a great time.
It was the best Christmas and New Year ever.
But it's good to be back, right?
It is. It's great to be back. It's very exciting.
And the only problem that I had is that the Sundays that we were away, we couldn't go live.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
basically because our producer was nowhere to be found. But that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Oh, but let me tell you a couple things before we get into it. First of all, please share this video.
Yeah.
Share the spiritual sessions with your friends. Just share until you have subscribed to our YouTube channel. That was a hell of a segue, wasn't it?
It sure was.
We
Yeah.
need you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. The goal is to get 1,000 subscribers so that we can do our platform and our spiritual sessions from YouTube. Because what happens is, in this particular way right now, we're broadcasting from Debbie's phone, we're broadcasting from my phone, and what happens is we know no idea of how many people we have watching. We have to try to calculate between the two of us. So if we can put everything under one umbrella,
It will be fabulous.
it'll be fantastic. So we need your help. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. So what I want to talk to you about, not you know already, what I want to talk to you about are a couple things that happened in Cambodia. The first thing I want to talk to you about is a little bird named Splat.
Oh my God! Yes, yes.
A little bird named Splat.
Yes.
Well, we'll let you know how he got the name Splat.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Debbie and I were in Cambodia. She came over to my villa, and we were sitting on the edge of my bed, overlooking the pool, and the private pool, by the way.
Private
Overlooking
pool.
the private pool.
Yes.
Anyway, and we were going over the music for our performance that night. So there's sliding glass doors looking out at the pool. Debbie and I are going over the songs, and out of the corner of my eye, I see a bird, but it happened so fast, and the bird goes swat and splats right into the door, falls out dead.
Biggest bang.
Well, it looks
Huge.
like it was hard. Well, it actually left a stain and a feather on the window. Moisture stain. It wasn't blood. I don't know.
No, I don't think it was blood.
But
it was
it
an
left
impact mark.
Bam, an impact mark with a feather.
Yeah.
An impact mark with a feather on the glass. It looked really gross. All I know is the bird was like tongue out. It was horrible on its back. So I say to Debbie, because now she's going crazy. I said, Dad, calm down. Bird is dead.
Yeah.
I'm going to call front desk. Let them get a brown paper bag. Come get the bird. Debbie's like, no, you don't understand. I had to help the bird. He said, Dad, the bird is dead. No, just let me try. Okay. Debbie goes outside, and she takes her hands on the ground and cups her hands around the bird. And she's rubbing the bird's stomach. And you know me and the voodoo shit in my head. So she's rubbing the belly of the bird. So then I say to Deb, why don't you turn it over? So she says, okay. So she turned it over and put it in her hands, stood up. And then she starts stroking the back of the bird. And she's just giving this bird all this energy, what I know now. She's giving this bird all this energy and rubbing his back. And then I started singing to it, right?
You started singing.
I don't know how I fell for the stuff. I just started singing to the damn bird. I'm
You
like,
joined in with
what was I
singing
singing?
with your voice.
You're gonna be all right.
Fine.
Everything's gonna be fine. So I'm singing to the bird. She's rubbing the bird. All of a sudden, the bird goes. Now listen. On the inside, I am freaking the hell out because I'm like, I saw this bird. Now when I went online, they said that perhaps the bird was unconscious or something like that. But from what I saw, that bird was gone.
There was no heartbeat. There was nothing because I was touching its chest and it was gone. But I just kept sending it energy. Just something told me, just keep sending it energy. It's going to be fine. That's what I just kept getting this message. So I did. But it opened its eyes and it looked like it was dying. And then you started singing, and then it was kind of looking more while you were singing and opening, like it was paying attention to your singing, and it was enjoying being stroked. And then suddenly it jumped up and opened its eyes, and it started shaking. But it was very aware where it was, what sounds were going on around, and you continued to sing. I continued to send it energy, and its heart started beating, and it started calming down. And then it just sat on my hand and just got comfortable.
Well, let's go a little further. So I said, Dad, it looks like the bird is going to be fine. Put the bird back on the ground and see if it flies away. Then we went to put the bird on the ground. The bird would not go to the ground and jump back in Debbie's hand. Mm-hmm. So he wanted to be there.
Yeah.
So then I went online because it's like voodoo shit to me. So I'm tripping out. So what? So I went back online and it said if the bird, and here's the deal, it said if the bird was knocked unconscious, what needs to happen is put the bird in a box or in a hollow area that's dark and warm and give it about 2 hours and the bird will fly away. So I found a basket, tall basket. I said, Deb, let's put the bird in the basket for 2 hours like you said so it can fly away. Obviously it was unconscious. Unconscious means 2 hours in this basket. As soon as she put the bird in the basket, it flew away like that. So, yeah.
Well, I found, apart from it being a very moving experience and seeing a bird that was, well, definitely looked dead and appeared to be spiritually on every level, to be reborn and to be able to fly, I found that it was very meaningful for the year that we have ahead because it was the end of the decade.
But the other side of it is, what may have seemed like in life had met its death, right? Was not necessarily dead. It just needed a resurgence. It needs someone to believe it, someone to support it.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So once it had that belief and that support, it got strong again and was able to live another life.
Exactly.
Ooh, that was some good stuff.
That was some great.
Did you get that, Sally? That thing was good.
It was beautiful.
Now, what you don't even remember what I'm getting ready to say.
Oh.
Debbie was really moved beyond what we're talking about, and she couldn't figure out as to why the significance of this bird was so strong. And it hit her that to the day, last year, Sally had given Debbie a bird that died on New Year's Day. But just did. It ain't come back to life, but the bird just did.
No,
Just gone. But this bird came back. So it was also for me, for you. Mm-hmm. What I got from it was that although this bird was dead, based on the death of last year, it died because it was supposed to. This time, your life is anew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's total symbolism to what's going on.
Oh yeah,
right now.
very, very profound.
Yeah, so that was
profound.
That was deep.
It was really deep. And the fact that you captured it all on video.
Right. So go on. Is it on your page?
It's on our both our Facebooks.
And Spiritual Sessions, on Spiritual Sessions?
I haven't shared it on Spiritual.
You gotta spare it.
I'll share it
on your pages.
Yeah, I'll share it.
What are your pages?
Spiritual Sessions Live.
No, not that one, because that's us, the group.
Oh yeah, well Debbie Creagh, just Debbie Creagh. It's on that.
Is it on that?
And it's on yours.
Okay, so check it out. You can actually see the bird.
You can see it from its
You can
jets.
see when her hands are around it. You can see when it comes back to it flying away. It was real crazy.
Yeah.
That was.
It was actually a beautiful. On so many levels, we talked about it for quite a while after, because you know a lot of people felt like they hit a brick wall literally last year and felt they had been going through a lot in 2019, and you know it kind of was symbolic for what a lot of people went through. They hit obstacles in their lives and just fell apart. And just by having people that were supportive, and they were able to move through it and reborn. So I felt coming into the new year with what 2020 is symbolizing for us, it was actually a very, very beautiful sign from Spirit, and a sort of a reawakening of our faith and how Spirit works through the symbology that it sends. It was very powerful.
Yes, and with all the beauty within that story, I still call it bird splat.
Yeah, I said, let's name the bird before it flies. He said, let's call it Splat.
Because that's so the splat against that window splat.
It wouldn't have been very nice if he had lived.
Oh, that would have been horrible.
That would have been horrible, but
Yeah.
he was alive and well when we named it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. The other thing that happened in Cambodia, I should preface it by saying this is my second trip to Cambodia. I was invited last year to come and do the countdown at a place called Cambo Beach, which is a beach resort that has a 5-meter high dive. So that's 15 feet. So I was asked to do the countdown and jump. And I'm not necessarily afraid of heights, but I'm not trying to jump off of a 15-foot dive, platform either. However, the pool is salt water, and spiritually, there's a connection between salt water and spirituality and cleansing.
Yeah.
And it was last year was when I first came to Cambodia, and one of my hashtags and my mantras is the ultimate do-over, and the other is comfortable in my crazy, because you got to be crazy to do some stuff like that. But I'm comfortable in it, and along with the other crazinesses of my person. So, needless to say, I was invited to come. I, through the ultimate do-over and being comfortable in my crazy, I did that jump, and it was the most refreshing, wonderful experience, because it was my second chance. It was my ultimate do-over, and it was the beginning of my journey here in Bangkok, which has been nothing but wonderful and uphill since, with zero regrets, zero. So, it's going to be an annual situation there in Cambodia. So this past New Year's, as I said earlier, Deb came with me. Now I told the owner, unbeknownst to her, that I said to the owner, Deb really would like to take this jump too. Debbie had no idea. But here's this: part of the reason I did this is because months and months and months ago, maybe close to a year ago, Debbie expressed to me that she was afraid of heights, and she expressed to me that she was afraid of water, right? And I'm a person that believes that it's so important that we face our fears. We should identify what they are and face them. And even if we never do anything to prove that we're no longer afraid that way, we should definitely no longer give it power. It should never create a sense of discomfort for us. So if you don't like heights, there's no need to jump off of a 15-foot board. You're just no longer afraid of it, and you come to grips with that.
Yeah.
But you should not give your fears any power. But I remember Debbie saying that to me a long time ago, and because she is my best friend, I don't want anything having power over her, especially when she teaches and believes in empowerment. So that was one of the things that I personally wanted to assist in helping her tackle. So I told the owner, I said, can we arrange for Debbie to do this jump? She wants to do this jump too. He says, you sure she'll be all right with it? Oh yeah, she's fine with it. She saw my footage from last year. She's gonna love doing it. So the day before, I said to Debbie, hey Deb, you're gonna be making this jump. You talk.
He said, well, 2 days previous I had gone to see the place, and he said, do you want to see where I jumped? And I was holding onto the wall, moving around.
Yeah, we walked all the way up, and
all the way up, and I was holding onto the wall. And he said, oh, I didn't know you were this afraid of heights. And I went, it's nice, I can see it from here.
Is that what I told you were doing it? Up there?
No, you told me the next day.
Oh,
You were laughing at me going, I can't believe you're this afraid of heights. I said, I really don't like heights. I never have. And I don't like deep water because I nearly drowned as a child. So I tried to overcome the fear of water. But deep water, like in a deep, deep swimming pool, that deep, no. So it was the next day. He said, oh, by the way, Deb, you have to do the jump. I've told the owner you're going to do it. And I said, you have to do it with me as well. He said, I already did it last year. And I said, no, if I do it, you've got to do it. So I tried not to think about it because I knew that if I started thinking about it, I would start panicking. So I didn't think about it till the moment I was giving my number, which was, I was the very first person, number 10, to start the countdown. And they said to me, if you choke and you don't do the jump, you're going to ruin it for everybody else. So make sure.
the pressure, baby.
Make sure when you go up there that you're really ready to do it. So I knew going up, it wasn't. And for me, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm not a quitter. So if I say I'm going to do it, but you never know when you're that fearful of something a whole lifetime, what's going to happen to you. But what I did was I just focused on him singing Celebration. And the minute I was told, Debbie, jump, I just walked in front of me. That's all I remember. It was just walking in front of me, not looking down, just walking and taking that literally a leap of faith. A leap of faith.
And trust. And the thing that I am honored about is the fact that you trusted me enough to say, okay, as opposed to, well, you better call the owner back and tell him I'm not doing this shit. That ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? So you really should have done that. But there's something inside of you that trusted me and trusted yourself enough to know that God in the universe is going to take care of the situation. Outside of the fact that you are very competitive, especially when it comes to guys.
What?
This time she didn't hit me back because she normally Debbie will fight me. or very competitive. So if there's a dare that's not going to hurt you, you'll do it. All right, you used to tell me as a kid they used to always dare me.
I grew up around boys who used to dare me, and I would have to do it because I was the only chick, and they thought that I wouldn't do it because they were the boys and I was weak. So I would make sure I would do twice as hard as them so that I didn't look like a silly female. So this thing was so great for you. It was good for me last year because it was the ultimate do-over, and for me this year was so significant because it was affirmation that I was on the right path, right? So it was wonderful for me. But what was really wonderful for you is that you took that leap of faith, you faced your fears. The universe has said to you, there's nothing you can't do. What else there's nothing else you're afraid of, right? Yeah. No, there's nothing else I'm afraid of.
Bingo.
I pretty much faced it all.
Bingo.
Yeah.
And so I will challenge everyone to face your fears.
Oh, 100%.
This year, face your fears. And it's the beginning of the year, right?
It's time to leave all of that fear behind that's getting in the way. And the most profound moment for me was I had a vision of what it would be like when I ended in the water, like struggling to get back up in this deep water. And it was so interesting because I just jumped up the leap of faith and I suddenly bobbed back up like as if I had a life jacket on. It was very bizarre. And before I knew where I was at the side of the pool. And you were there, you had done the jump as well. I was able to see you do the jump from below, which was quite fun. And we just both lay in the water looking at the fireworks, and all I felt, and you said the same, was just an immense, deep sense of gratitude.
Oh my God.
An immense, deep sense of gratitude went through me, and it was, I have to say, it's the most gratitude I've ever felt in my life. I felt so unbelievably cared for and blessed and protected by the universe. And when you keep making it a habit to be comfortable in the uncomfortable and face your fears, you can really feel a sense of self-love and appreciation for yourself, because only you know what you're afraid of and the courage it takes you to do it. No one else can ever really truly know what it takes for you to do it. And you're my inspiration because you had your ultimate do-over last year, and I watched you not let anything stop you, and it's you inspire me as well from being around you and watching you do it. And I wanted to have my own experience through being inspired by you. So nothing was going to stop me from doing it because I saw what I did for you, and yeah. So thank you for being an inspiration.
Oh, Debbie, you're so beautiful.
No, but you are an inspiration. Oh, he wants in on the action too.
Oh, yeah.
You are an inspiration. So thank you for that.
You're welcome, babe. So yeah, so chat, face your fears. We're in January. Face your fears. Identify what they are, no matter what they are. Face them.
Yeah.
And get through them.
People always say, how do I learn to love myself more? The more of the things that you overcome when it comes to fear, the more you're going to have that sense of achievement.
Say that again.
The more you overcome things that you're afraid of, the more you're going to reach a sense of appreciation and love for yourself that no one else can give you. No one else can give you that validation and love you seek. It's from doing things outside your comfort zone that give you that sense of self-love, I feel.
Right. Well, one of the things that I've noticed already, one of the things I've noticed already is the manifestations that we put into the universe from your last manifestation ceremony, that the things that have been happening according to, right? Everything that was supposed to end ended January 31st. And the stuff since the 1st of January to now, what's the date?
You mean December 31st?
That's what I meant.
Oh. From December 31st.
December 31st.
Yeah, it was.
Everything was, and for instance, even you and a couple other people said, why is this happening? I said, why are you tripping? It's supposed to happen. It's a new decade. It's the shift. It's supposed to close out like this.
Yeah.
And let me say this to you all. In this first month, when it might seem like some things happen that you don't understand, remember the plan. Remember what was promised. Remember the shift. Remember the full moon. Remember everything that was said to you. Don't forget, because it's happening as it's supposed to.
The energy shift is huge. So anything that you've been holding on to that is not for you, it's kind of like the rug's going to be pulled from under you to wake you up, so that you let go of it.
Yeah, I have a friend that was let go from her job maybe 3 days ago, and was a little distraught. I said, "Why are you distraught? That was supposed to happen in order for you to get this next one."
Yeah.
2 hours later, I realized that I knew somebody that could get her a job. I'm like, "Oh my God, here it is." Called her up and said, "Listen, there's a meeting for you on next Wednesday." So any other job was stressing her out. Just if you're a believer, in God, if you're a believer in the universe, and if you're a believer in how this things work. One more time. If you're a believer in how this thing works, then sit down and enjoy the ride. Have no doubt in it. Have faith in it. Leap of faith, and just watch it work for you.
You don't have to do a literal leap of faith like us.
But, right.
But it does help because some of those things are so exhilarating. But it really is shifting. Like January is the last time where things are being shifted around and the furniture of your life is being moved around to prepare the way for all the new things coming. Guys, this is a brand new decade that's starting, and it's not the same energy as before. And we were having a conversation today about house cleaning, weren't we?
Yes, but but keep house cleaning.
Okay.
Because I don't want to throw the producer Sally under the bus.
Oh.
But I just want to say basically how her manifestations that night. 2 of them were new car, new man. That's all I'm gonna say. And let's move on. So what were you saying? I'm not saying any more than that. New car, new man. That's hey, it works. All right, go ahead.
Oh, and speaking of manifesting, we were talking about things that we put out into the universe.
Wait 1 second. What?
3 things.
Well, wait. Manifestation.
My money target.
Right.
Oh, you got the exact amount that was on your bank check to the universe.
Yep. She put that check to the universe. The man and the
new car.
And the new car. She got all 3.
You got all 3.
Wow.
In what space of time? 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
Bank of the universe? No. Oh, that.
The check to the bank of the universe.
Since our last manifestation.
Yeah.
When was the manifestation?
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
That's just crazy. That's
So
crazy.
this can happen for you. I had two happen straight away. You had one almost within the day of the manifestation.
Yeah.
So like the energy is really available
Yeah.
to you. It's crazy, like not to be taking full advantage.
Well,
of it.
yeah, no, I've had two. I just thought about one and just I'm not talking about it. Oh yeah, I've had two. I've had two. You know I've had two. I'm going to have a meeting tonight.
Yeah,
After
yeah.
we leave here. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So we were talking about the furniture, declutter.
Oh, but then I forgot to talk about the journalist.
Oh no. Let me see my notes right here.
We have
Okay,
2 minutes.
wait.
So exciting. We're trying to talk about everything.
Okay. All right. The new decade shifting. All right, shifting. Right. So one of the manifestations that Debbie put in the ceremony was for her business. Now I will say this: since we left, did we put a Myanmar? Since we left Myanmar, and Debbie gave up that corporate crap that she was doing and now singing and doing what she loves to do, blah, 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 business has been doing. It has been soaring.
Yeah.
So why she asked for more, ain't none of my business, but she asked for more in the manifestation. So when we try to dictate or think we know where our blessings are going to come from, we get the biggest surprise in the world.
Well, it was more international. It was about being more international, which has happened anyway. I mean, all my business is international now,
Yes,
pretty much.
yes.
People flying in from all over the world, which is fabulous.
Yes.
And you get a lot.
Today. What happened today?
No, yesterday.
That was yesterday?
Yeah.
The
So,
knock?
yeah,
The ring upstairs?
Yeah.
All right, so what happened?
So yesterday I actually had a day off and I decided to have a lazy day. I was talking to you saying I'm having a lazy day, not doing anything, going anywhere. This never happens. This is great. I'm just going to watch some movies, eat some popcorn and do nothing, just down tools.
What, you have popcorn?
No, I didn't, but
Oh,
you know.
you didn't tell me that. All right.
No, I would.
All right.
So, anyway, I'm sitting, I'm chatting with you, I think, and I hear bang, bang, bang on my door. So I freak out and I said, oh my God, who's at my door? So I open it and they said, your friend. So I said to you, oh my gosh, I think I must have got days mixed up. There must be a client downstairs. And I looked on my calendar, no client. So I thought, who the hell is downstairs? So I have a bit of a panic. So my phone goes and this German man calls me and he said, hello, I'm from Germany. I'm doing a line of books about positivity and positive places, and translated this book means places of luck. And he said, I would like to do an interview with you and I would like to help you expand your business, free advertisement. So I'm thinking, okay, when would you like to come see me? He said, I'm down in the lobby right now. I am never available like that for anybody.
Ever.
My security doesn't let anybody in. And here's this German man I've never met who's found me, come to my home, no appointment. So we went down and we had a wonderful interview of 2 hours. And he was completely fascinated by what I do. He was very into quantum physics and other things as well. And he had met some interesting people in his life and shared some stories about other psychics and mediums and different kinds of people that he had met in the quantum physics arena and their belief, etc. And took pictures with me and said, I'm going to come next week for a Reiki treatment and give it a go. I've always wanted to try, and I think you're the person that's perfect for me. So we swapped numbers and he'll be in touch, and I will have a special chapter in this book that he will be publishing.
Ooh.
So this book will be in Germany. So again, there's a piece of me now going to be in Germany. So yeah. So I have my interview in Sweden, now I'm in Germany. So, and it's just completely falling out of the sky.
You have to, babe, have the interview translated and put it on your website.
Yeah.
Speaking of your website, Debbie's website is up and ready for you to see, and it's amazing. DebbieCreagh.com, right? So it's an overview of who she is, what she does, how to do it, how much it costs, the whole, the everything. You'll love the website. Check out the website. So now, pick your voodoo package number. So listen, let's talk about declutter. We got to talk about declutter.
Wow. Yeah, so we were having a conversation. I've been doing some spring cleaning and decluttering, and I was telling you how much lighter I felt, and what did you ever feel like that when you were decluttering your space in your home? that there seems to be a different energy almost about your home when you've done a bit of cleansing. And you said something nice that I enjoyed. Would you like to share?
Sure, I would love to share.
Thank you.
What I said was that it makes perfect sense when you think about it, because you know that if your house is not as clean as you like it, and there's a whole bunch of stuff around, the vibration goes down because you're in the midst of all the stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and you go, oh God, I gotta clean this place. It's driving me crazy. It's lowering your vibration. Your energy is going down. So when you begin to clean up and you straighten things out, you feel lighter. It's like, when you walk in your house and it's fresh and it's clean, your vibration is up, you're happy. So it makes sense, total sense, that decluttering your space raises your energy, just like your life. We have to declutter our lives. Yes,
I
Sally.
had something.
Yes.
So when you clean, it's almost like you're putting a part of your energy and the stuff that you touch. So you're like increasing the space of your energy.
Yes, most certainly. Most certainly. Most certainly.
One of the things I noticed was I had, you know, when you pay electricity bills and you have the receipt, I had a lot of bills that I paid, but they were still bills. And there was a kind of an interesting energy about them, like old bills, things that you've owed. And they felt like there was a particular energy. And when I threw that away...
Well, why would you be holding on to that anyway?
Well, just in case the electricity...
Because you're nuts, so you know.
No, because sometimes they say you haven't paid.
No, guess what they have? Computers! And people go to the computers and they say, Miss Creagh, this is the situation. Get rid of that crap.
So, it was actually really nice getting rid of certain things that I felt were... didn't have a very nice energy.
Most certainly.
Yeah.
So it's outside of just general cleanliness and general tidiness.
Yeah.
It is so wonderful for your energy and your vibration to have stuff around you organized.
Yes.
It is just such a wonderful feeling, and it's just like the people in your life.
Exactly.
People who clutter your life, clutter your brain, clutter your space,
Yeah.
lower your vibration.
Yes,
Do some decade cleaning, y'all.
Yeah.
If you haven't done it, you got to the end of January. Clean, declutter,
Declutter your life.
declutter.
Because your vibration is going to be nice and high and strong and ready for all the manifesting you're going to be doing this year. And remember, it's accelerated energy this year, so you want your vibration nice and high, nice and clean. So declutter your life, declutter your home, declutter your mind of old superfluous thoughts, old ways of looking at the world that are not serving you anymore. Leave it behind, flush it down the toilet.
Oh, okay.
Flush it down the toilet of life.
Oh, that was good, man. Flush it down the toilet of life. All right, Jay, that was good. What are we in the first week of January?
We're in the first week, yeah.
So listen, it's not too late. I for one stopped doing New Year's resolutions years ago. You know, I mean, I've resolved everything that I've, But what I plan on doing this year is writing my new book.
Oh.
Yeah, you knew. You didn't know? Okay. Yeah, so my old book, Getting Back to My Me, available on Amazon.com. Getting Back to My Me was a memoir, or is a memoir, chronicling my journeys, my struggles with abuse, addiction, not addiction, abuse, drug abuse as well. And getting back to the core of who I was, My new book is I'm Back to My Me, and the journey from this to now, and how wonderful it has been, and what lies ahead. So for me this year, I will be writing my new book.
Fabulous.
Yeah. So what's going on with you for this year?
Oh, I just want to keep expanding what I do. I want to be traveling more with my business. I want to do more with the music. So it's just more of what I put into place last year. It's really nurturing the seeds that I sowed last year. This was the first year of my whole entire life that I remember getting to the end of the year and feeling just delighted with I suppose all the work I did on myself and in my life last year. I mean, last year was very much getting back to my me in lots of different ways.
It was very much what?
Getting back to my me. Imagine a picture of me here. No, because it's interesting. I've been telling everybody I've had a dream since I was a child, And I tried to fulfill those dreams, and there was a lot of what appeared to be obstacles. And now I'm doing exactly what I said I was going to do when I was a child. And all the obstacles and all the things that were preventing me have been moved out of the way. So I spent a lot of time decluttering my life last year. So I've already done the spring cleaning of my life last year. So I've paved the way forward, as you have, just for success and joy and happiness. And the only way is up, really. So yeah, we've both been working very hard decluttering our lives and getting back to ourselves. So we're already ahead of ourselves for this year. And there's quite a lot of people who've said to me that they have decluttered their lives and what's next. They don't know what to do next. Just keep going. Just keep going and keep growing and keep expanding and keep learning and keep letting things go. As you always say, and I love it, things that are good.
Everything that's good to you
is not always good for
you. Yep.
So be aware of that.
So declutter your space.
Yep.
Get over your fears.
Yep.
Work through your fears. And
put yourself first. Be good to you.
Oh yeah, of course.
Put yourself first.
Yeah, without a doubt. Put
it's
yourself
not being
first.
selfish. It's being self-full, and you can't lead your best life or help other people if you're not full in yourself first.
Most certainly. Sally, Nina, we haven't heard from Nina Dunham today, have we? Nina Dunham, we missed you today, but that's all right. You'll watch this on the rebroadcast. So listen, it's time for us to say goodbye.
It is.
Thank you for hanging out with us. We will be back next Sunday.
We will.
Yes, we will. Mm-hmm. And Deborah, should we zebra day the people out?
Yes, we shall.
And we'll explain this next week.
Okay, ready?
Ready? Zebra day.
Oh.